welcome to another video on the channel. My name is Jess and this is Simply Sophie Ray. If you're new here, please consider giving us a like and a subscribe and hit that bell notification down at the bottom so that you can be notified each time I upload a video. Today we're going to be talking about handmade fabric labels that you can put into any of your items that you're sewing, such as scrunchies, which is what we're going to be using them for. So today I'll show you how to get the design in Canva to design your labels. I will print it out on my sublimation printer, and then we're going to sublimate it on some satin ribbon right here that is polyester. And I will show you what they look like here real quick. They turned out pretty good. Some of them I didn't get aligned properly, but they do turn out rather well. So they look like this when you get them off, and then you fold them in half like this right here. And this is what they're going to look like when you sew them in. You sew them in down here at this part. And I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And then the other side looks the same. So we're going to check that out. And I'm going to show you how to design everything in Canva. And then we'll print it out and we'll get to the heat press. We'll heat press it. And I'll show you guys how I cut them apart. I'll meet you guys back over at the Canva in just a minute. Okay, I am back over here at my computer, and we're going to go to, I'm on Microsoft Edge, and we're going to go to canva.com and pop that up there. And then we're going to go to custom size over here. And if you don't already have a size down here, which I do, you want to go to inches and then do whatever size you would like. I'm going to do 8.5 by 11 because that's what my sheet is. I'm going to go over here and grab my 1-inch label that I already have done, so I don't have to recreate my design, my font, because I can't remember what fonts I chose. So we're going to go to elements over here. We're going to add in a square, and we're going to make that square 1 inch. Right there's 1 inch. And we're going to make it 1 by 2. That is a pretty good. And then we're going to take this and we're going to make the page a little bit bigger so we can see what we're doing. And then I want to make this gray so that you can see it. There we go. And then we're going to borrow this right here. We're going to put this. We have to move it to the front, but we have to do it over here. We're going to bring forward. And then we're going to put this in the middle right here. I'm going to have to move that out of the way. So there we go. There was the middle right there. We're going to leave that there. We're going to copy it. We're going to get another one and we're going to put it down at the end. Now the reason I'm doing this is so we know exactly where the end is, and I can put the next label that starts underneath of that and not have to think about it too much. So then we're going to take this guy right here and we're going to move him up here, but he needs to be in front. So we're going to bring him forward. And then this one, we're going to do the same thing. It needs to be brought forward. So what we're going to do here, we're going to take this and we're going to go up about 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to do the same with this one. We're going to go down here and then we're going to go up about 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the other one was a little bit closer and I didn't exactly like it. I am going to go up 1 more each on these guys. It was a little too close to the fold and it just didn't look right. So hopefully this one will be a little bit better. So now what we're going to do is we're going to group this whole thing together right here. You go to group and then we're going to lower our thing so we can see the whole screen. And then we got this little guy up here. So what we can do is we can enhance it a little bit. And we're going to go through and we're going to take out this guy because we don't need him anymore. We know where the middle of the square was, so we're good. We're also going to take out this square. We're going to remove the square back here. I have to ungroup it first, and then I have to just delete the square. I want to go back, and I want to group it again. Now, what I'm going to do here is I want to get that square back a minute because I did something wrong. So I want to put this square right here. I want to then, that's not grouped. There we go. So I want to put the square right here. And then I want to copy and I want to paste. And we're going to paste it right here, just like that. So that we know where to end it. We're going to keep moving and we're going to keep doing the same thing. We're ending it at the bottom. And then we got probably one more here that we can do. And there we go. We're at the bottom. So now we can get rid of this. We're done with this guy. Now we go through and we highlight all of these. And then we're going to copy. And then we're going to paste. That did not like me. We're going to try that again. We're going to go through and we're going to highlight. We're going to copy. And we're going to paste. And then we want to line these up as best we can right here. So we want to line it up. There we go. We want to line it up. And then we want to hit the space bar. The arrow key. Sorry, not the space bar. And then we're just going to keep pasting like that. And then we're going to go over one space. I think I did 2 spaces. That way it's just a little bit easier to cut apart. Because I think I can only get 7 on here regardless of how many I do. 7 across and 7 down on this size paper. So it just makes it a little easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5. I only got 5. So that means that I got 35 labels on one sheet of paper, which is not a lot. I was able to get 49 on the other one, but they were a little bit smaller, which I like these a little bit better. I think I'm going to be able to fold them a little bit better, and they're going to go in the way they're supposed to. So now you go up here and you name your design. We're going to call this 1-inch scrunchy labels. And then you go here and you download it. I always download with a transparent background. I'm not sure that it matters, but that's what I do. And then we're going to, when it downloads, we're going to open it. And see, this is transparent, so you can't see it. So we're going to go up here and we're going to edit this because we need to flip it. We need to mirror it. So we're going to go down here and we're going to click the flip image horizontally. So that flips it for you. And then you want to save it. And then we're going to print. And I've got my printer selected. I've got my portrait orientation, which is what we want. And we're going to change this to, because I use ASAP paper, we're going to change this to presentation paper matte. And then everything else is okay. I don't do the high quality on this just because it's black and white, so you can't really tell. So I'm going to print this. And when it prints out, I'll meet you back here and show you how I cut it and how I put it onto the ribbon for heat pressing. I'll meet you back here in a little bit. Okay, we are back and we are going to cut these apart with our paper cutter. This one happens to be a Cricut, but you don't have to use a Cricut. Oh gosh, I don't know what happened there. Looks like maybe I need to clean my printer head. So you just want to line this up in between your little dots here. I try and make sure that it's right there on that list and then just cut it like that. And we're just going to do the same thing with all these. I'll probably speed it up so y'all don't have to watch it. now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to measure our ribbon to see exactly how much we need. I would say we're going to need about 11. Let's see. There's 11. And this, remember, is the end of our paper. So we need to make sure that we put this up enough. And y'all can't see that. Let me put it up here. We need to make sure that we put this up enough so that everything is kosher. So it looks like about an 11 will do just perfectly. So we need, I think, 5 strips, 7 strips. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 7 strips. So let's go ahead and cut those real quick. I have a rotary cutter around here somewhere. There it is. So we just want to cut these at 11. And it would be easier if I had more than one spool of ribbon, but I do not. I just have the one. So I just have to do it one at a time like this. Oop. There we go. That's 3. I hope that does okay. And 7. There we go. Now I went over and I cut some butcher paper. I'm actually going to cut this off too because I don't want it to mess up, and I will, I'm afraid. Okay. I went over and I cut some butcher paper so that we can lay it on here. I'm gonna go like this, and that's the wrong one. Let me lay this to the side here. And let's get the ribbon out. So what I like to do is I lay this ribbon out, and I'm actually going to set some stuff here on the sides so it doesn't bunch up on me. So I lay the ribbon out, and then I like to take the, I'm going to turn that light on a little bit. Oh, that might, nope, that's too much. You guys can't see. So I'm going to lay my ribbon out, and then I'm going to take, and I forgot my heat tape. Let me go grab that real quick. Okay. You can't see the bottom half of this because of the way the camera angle is. I apologize for that. I'm going to work on better camera angles as I go along here. So basically we need to take 1 strip for each one. And sometimes I have issues getting them on a little wonky. I've only made 1 set so far, and they were a little wonky. So I'm going to try not to do these wonky. Gonna get it all the way up to the top. Because remember, this up here needs to be, that's going to be part of what is folded. This down here doesn't matter as much because this is where our line is, so that's going to get cut off anyway. So I'm going to move this over a little bit, and I'm going to tape it down. There we go. And I'm going to do that for the rest of these. Okay, so now that we're all taped on, we are going to go over to the heat press, and we are going to heat press these at 400 for 40 seconds. And I'll meet you guys back over at the heat press. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put this on the heat press, and then I'm going to get another piece of butcher paper and put it over top of that. And then I don't know if it's necessary, but I put Teflon sheet across the top of that too, just as a double protection, I suppose. And then we're going to heat press this at 400 degrees for 40 seconds. Alright, we're done. I'm going to turn off my heat press because that's all I'm doing today. Or at least for right now. We're going to take the Teflon sheet off. And see if we can save that. And we're going to let these cool a little bit. Long enough so I can get a hold of them. And I'll meet you guys back over at the desk. Okay, we are back over at the desk. And I'm going to take these apart. They're cool. And as you can see, it's not too bad. These two were not good. They're okay, but let's see if it'll focus. There we go. See how it's a little bit, it's pretty close. I mean, I still think it'll be okay. Just not exactly in the center. But you learn and you live, I suppose. Oh gosh, that one ripped. That one was a little close too. I may have to come up with a different way to do those, but I think they're okay. I'll get better as I go, I'm sure. There we go. And can't use that anymore. See all the ink and stuff? I don't know if you guys can see it or not. There's ink and stuff on it, so can't use that anymore. So we'll throw that away. And then my board to do these is upstairs, but I can probably do it with a... I want to try and get them as straight as possible here. There we go. Now, some of them are a little bit off, but it's not bad. It will do really well, I think, once I get it. I was trying to make it so you guys could see it. My other board's upstairs, so we're just going to use this so I don't cut my fingers off. My rotary cutter. Let's see. Let me see if we can move it over to the 11 and make all of them on the 11. That way I know it's... And then I can cut up that line right there. All right. Okay, that's all the excess that we don't need. So we can toss that. If I had my other thing, it would be better, but it's upstairs. It's not down here. It would go a lot quicker, I think, if I had it. It's an actual, it's a little bit wider than my ruler. So, let's go back. Keeps moving on me. And it's flat too, whereas the ruler's not exactly flat. But you're not going to see these lines because it's going to be inside of the scrunchie. So it doesn't matter if it's not completely 100% exact. There we go. So I made 35 labels just then. And they're ready to go inside of scrunchies. And again, like I said, it doesn't really matter. Those may actually be too big. I may have to cut them off a little bit because they may be a little bit too big, but I should have probably made them, instead of making them 2 inches, I should have made them 1.5 inches. But that's okay. You live and you learn. And we will we'll make 1.5 inches next time and see if that makes a difference. But I still think they turned out okay. These must have been 1.5 inches. Let me see. And I can tell you. Yeah, basically just a little bit over, or just a little bit under probably, but that's not bad. I think I'm gonna like these better. I just may have to trim just a little bit unless I just put it all the way under there. I do like the fact that these are a little more spaced. These right here are a little more spaced than those ones right there. I like that a lot because I feel like I have a little bit more room for error when I fold. So we'll just put these in here and that will be the end of the tutorial. I appreciate you guys so much for coming and watching the video with me. And if you like this video, please like it, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my other social medias. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.